AJ, congratulations to you and Kate on being able to bring Maddie home. What was that experience like for you and your wife?
It was amazing. It was chaos because I had to get it done pretty quick because I knew I wanted to get back, and um, but it was awesome. It was a long time coming. We've been waiting for this day for 130 days, and it's just getting her home, kind of having all her firsts kind of get out of the way. She's been staring at the ceiling of a hospital for 4 months. So just seeing like the ceiling in our house just was overwhelming for her, and
Mhm.
um, it was great. It was awesome.
What do you mean by chaos? Can you put into perspective what it's like for a major league ball player that is a father and a person first, but also has responsibilities to his teammates?
Yeah, it's I've always had teammates that had a baby and they get to go home and their wife is pregnant, they see the baby and they go back. It's kind of a pretty kind of planned and structured deal. But for us, I had to go back. I had to learn a lot of things from the doctors before they let her go. And so we did all that stuff. We had to get some things in order at the house. She still has a feeding tube in, so I had to learn how to work that. And she ripped that out once when I was there. So that was not very fun, holding a baby down while Kate's kind of feeding the tube through her nose and she's just crying. And um, so yeah, it's just a lot going on. And obviously baseball, yeah, this is a really it consumes a lot of your mental stamina, and um, so most of your day you're thinking about baseball. But it was like it just completely um, just put that aside for 2 days, and took care of Maddie and got to watch the game while I was with Maddie on the couch, which was amazing. And yeah, a lot of crying, a lot of stuff that normal babies do, but she just hasn't really done that much in the hospital. So it was just kind of first for us, and just chaos. And then obviously I had to get back, and wanted to get back and thinking about who I'm going to face. And so yeah, there's just a lot going on.
You wouldn't know it that you're going through all this at the plate. I mean, considering your last two games as far as the offensive numbers, how do you think you were able to channel that into offensive success?
Um, yeah, I've hit a couple, but I feel good. I mean, I think it's, as a player, you think it's more than, you got to get your mechanics, you got to do this, you got to do that. And really, if you're up there and you're feeling good, I think that's the number one. And um, in some ways, maybe it just got me to just say, look, it's keep it simple. Like I got a lot of other stuff going on. So when I'm at the field, it's, you know, all this other stuff that I probably used to do, and maybe just put that aside and really just focus on just the important stuff and take care of business, and go out there and just, it's like a pickup game of basketball. You just go out there and you compete, and it's worked so far. It's early. I've had a couple fortunate hits, but I do feel pretty good up there, and I feel like I can compete against the pitcher, and put up some good at bats.
Thank you, AJ, for your time. I'm glad she's home.
Thanks, Alana.
Next question from Jay Zasse. Go ahead.
Hi, AJ. A lot of people don't realize what goes into being a DH. Is it an adjustment for you to go from left field to DH, and how do you prepare differently?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's for a person that's played in the National League for a long time. It's not something I really had to do. It was just maybe a game here, a game there, just to give your legs a break. But yeah, I think it's almost kind of the same thing for me, like with the baby. You just, instead of making it a big deal, just kind of, don't worry about all this other noise. Just kind of, it's like a pickup game of basketball. When it's your turn, go in there and hit. It's more of a mental, just different tweaks than anything. It's nothing physical. Maybe you gotta keep your legs a little warm, do a couple of sprints on the side, but other than that, it's just mental, and just not making it more of a big deal than it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
AJ, I think that spoke to it a little bit already, but I mean, did the last, couple months and the last week in particular, with all the stuff away from the field, like, do you feel like it put baseball maybe just a little bit different of a perspective? And is it something that, like, when you're even at the field right now?
Or I caught this last. The volume was way down.
Good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I mean, you kind of spoke to it a little bit already, but everything you dealt with the last couple months and then the last week, can you feel that it's almost put baseball in a little bit different of a perspective for you, and has that either affected or just kind of given you a different feeling when you're around the park or at the plate or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. It's just I put a lot into baseball, and I think it's kind of weird. You learn that all that hard work gets you to a certain level, and then when you're overworking and you're overdoing it, and it's not really because you need to, it's just more work to do it, and your mind is there, and it's really you should just be putting in the work and then trusting yourself and just going out there and competing, like it's pickup basketball. Yeah, so it really kind of, I think it's helped me a little bit. It's helped me just to take a step back and when I'm away from the field, enjoy that time, and when I'm at the field, put in your work, be prepared, but there's no need to overdo it. It's just to go out there, have fun, and compete. I love competing. I love playing this game, and just trust all the work that you put in your whole life. You don't have to make it more than what it should be.
Overall, how would you judge how you guys have done offensively as a team this first week?
Yeah, so I mean, we had in the exhibition games, we were just hammering balls, and then you get to the season. Sometimes it's just a little adjustment. I don't think anyone would say that we've been firing on all cylinders yet, but we managed. We're 4-2 right now. In the beginning, we let a couple games slip away, but we got a dangerous lineup. I think everyone feels really good about things, and it's baseball. I don't know, it's only 60 games this year, but you still just gotta. It's still the same game, and the offense is if we can scrap a couple runs and get some wins and not have our best game offensively, I think we'll feel pretty good about it, because I know the offense is going to be there, and we'll have some pretty big days moving forward.
What was the reaction like pregame yesterday when the suspensions came down?
I think we were all pretty shocked, and it seemed a little bit, I mean, it seemed very, very harsh. And I don't think anyone's too happy about it. Yeah, it's not our call. It's obviously commissioner's call, but I don't think anyone's too happy about that. Yeah, I just don't think it's a very good feel on his end. So hopefully, on the appeal stuff, they could actually dig into it more, and we can move past it.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Next question from Pedro Mora. Go ahead.
AJ, if I heard you right, you said you didn't think it was a very good feel on the commissioner's behalf. Can you explain what you mean by that? I mean, I guess I think I understand, but I'm just looking for clarification.
Yeah, look, I mean, who knows? When a pitcher's on the mound, I mean, guys get hit, stuff happens, and no one got hit, and I think they're trying to find some intent, and that's kind of a really hard thing to find. This game has policed itself for so many years, and I think you hope that teams are all being treated equally, and I don't know if he's doing that. So I don't know. For me personally, I mean, most baseball guys that are just true baseball guys, they would say that's outrageous. I think, I'm speaking for other people, but that's just me coming from where the game's been. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just didn't seem right to me. And especially with what happened with the Astros, I mean, I don't think there's been any fines, or not fines, but there's been no suspensions on that end. So I don't know. Well, it's just bizarre. I don't think anyone was too happy about it. Like I said, we're hoping that gets just significantly reduced, because I think 8 games in a 60-game season is pretty outrageous.
You're saying it's almost you found offense in two facets, right? That the Astros that it exceeded the Astros punishment, and that you can't certify Kelly's intent, right? That both of those things kind of combine in your view.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think it's hard for me to speak for everyone in baseball, but I wasn't on this team in 2017, and a person that's in baseball, I'm pretty upset about what happened. I think they crossed the line pretty significantly. So, and I'm sure there's other people that weren't on the Dodgers that are pretty upset about what happened. So for me, I didn't like the punishment. I thought it was really just too much.
Okay, thanks.
Question from Eric Stevens. Go ahead, Eric.
Hi, AJ. I was wondering, now that you guys are in Phoenix, are you able to be home this series? And if so, does that require any extra hurdles for you to go through in terms of like extra testing or anything like that now that you're on the road?
No, we're tested pretty significantly. I mean, every other day we're being tested. So I'm being tested more than anyone, that would be going through a situation like me. Hurdles. No, I mean, I'm just excited. I get to be, we brought her home a couple of days ago and I had to leave her to go to Houston, both Maddie and my wife. So it's kind of nice to just get back and check in, make sure my wife's not going too crazy, and, just be able to spend some time with Kate and Maddie before they get to head out to LA. So I'm excited to be here for sure.
Yeah.